this is, in 1 month, the 5th olive picking. We have been picking olives Thursday with Arik Asherman, the rabbi for human rights, and he said that today it is very, very important to come because here they are very much oppressed by the settlers. We went up the other side with the farmer, and when we came there, all his trees had been cut down just last night. And we looked up, and there we saw the settlers standing around, 2, and then there were more. The farmer was screaming, he was cursing, and he got hold of a soldier, and he simply told him, real terrible thing. It came out really, he probably never talked like that to a soldier. He would have been afraid. You get so angry when you see that. And I must say, I don't think it has anything to do with being leftist or right-winger. It hasn't got anything to do with politics or ideologies. It's just wrong.
يعني هم بيخافوا منا واحنا بنخاف منهم كأنهم أبصر شو يا لطيف بنخاف منهم كثير اللي بيشوفوه بضربوه بقتلوه يعني بيخافوش بقتلوا الشباب بيسوحوهم كل شيء بعكسه الأرض هاي مش مخدومة ولا محروطة ولا باحشينها ولا إشي تحت الشجر بخلوناش نصيبها ولا نيجي.
You haven't been here for 3 years? That means you haven't harvested olives for 3 years?
Yes, because they are see us and we are return. They come and shooting and we are return home. This year we come because we need money. We are depend on olives.
תראו עוד קצת גז, אולי תמשיכו לא לזרוק לכם אבנים. בשביל זה התקפנו את האבנים.
هات ابعد
وين الاشتال؟
ايوه
אותו הציד עכשיו. ראית איך פה עם המאדרים האלה עכשיו? למה? ככה, כי פה אסור שטח צבאי ישראל.
מה אתה מרביץ לו? למה תרביץ לו? למה באלימות?
They say that first must be a stop of terrorism, then we start talking. But that's ridiculous, because if there's no terrorism, nobody has a reason to talk. Because then everything is peaceful, everything is nice. So why should we talk to them? They're so happy, they don't, So that's just ridiculous. Israel, all the time, they have been expanding the settlements and the outposts. There has not been a stop, at least a stop.
This is Abu Dis, the wall. This area, Abu Dis, El Azariah, and this part of East Jerusalem, this is all one urban fabric. El Azariah in the Bible is Bethany. Bethany was a part of Jerusalem in biblical times. So that this is all one urban fabric that's all of a sudden cut in half by the wall and the border. And the reason is because Israel wants to maintain a 72%, 28% majority of Jews over Arabs in Jerusalem. And you do that through what we call the quiet transfer, all kinds of administrative ways of revoking the Jerusalem residency of Palestinians. You do that through house demolitions, through preventing Palestinians from building in the city, and of course now through the wall.
الجدار بيفصل البلد لنصين، يعني لا ثلثين بيتموا جوا الجدار داخل الجدار، والثلث الثاني بيكون خارج الجدار بمنطقة الضفة الغربية. ومقبرة البلد تم داخل الجدار، مدارس البلد تم داخل الجدار، المستشفيات، العيادات، يعني بيفصل العائلات يعني.
This is all Palestinian as much as you can see around. Right across is an area called Jabal Mukaber, where there's been a lot of house demolitions. That whole slope is going to be a new settlement that's called Nof Tzion, or the view of Zion, there's going to be 500 housing units exclusively for Israeli Jews in the heart of Jabal Mukaber. And then that links up with Silwan down below. We're fighting it, but the city wants to demolish 88 Palestinian houses in Silwan in order to make way for another settlement. And then you've got other settlements all around the old city. The entire peace process talks about the Palestinians getting a state with territorial contiguity. It's hard to have a state in cantons all separated by another state. The wall is built in places where Israelis don't see it, because you want to give Israelis the feeling that, everything is normal. You keep the occupation as much as possible far away.
This was one of the settlements that was very much encouraged by the government, and it's considered very mainstream. We feel just like normal, modern religious people. You might have already noticed that I don't necessarily look like the stereotype of a hardcore settler. And there are actually probably fewer of those than you would think from watching CNN or something like that, but they certainly exist. Efrat is where Yaakov was on his way when his wife Rachel died. We don't know exactly where it is, but this is approximately where it was. So it's got even historical significance. The word Efrat is mentioned in the books of Moses, and I don't know till when there was a presence, but there has been a very Jewish presence here, and why there's a degree of legitimacy of wanting to be in this area.
In Hebron, we have a group of settlers that are pretty fanatical. They're followers of Rabbi Kahane. And Rabbi Kahane sent his followers to, he calls it, to reclaim Hebron and the West Bank for Israel, to redeem it. And by that he means cleanse it of its pollution, and of course the pollution are the Palestinians. So these settlers, these are fanatical settlers. Not all settlers are like this, but this group of settlers believe they have a God-given mission to come and to push the Palestinians out. And so they're doing that. And when we are under curfew, they are not under curfew, and they will go to the shops, and they'll break into a shop, and they'll gut it. Or they'll break into an empty home, and they will take it over, and things like that. So they slowly are taking over the neighborhood. And the soldiers are not there to protect the Palestinians. It would be wonderful if they would stop the settlers from this kind of violence. But the soldiers are there to protect the settlers, the Israelis. So when I came back this last time, I saw that the grip of the Israeli settlers on the old city of Hebron had become stronger. More stores were vacant, more homes were vacant, and it was becoming more and more of a ghost town around the settlements, which is exactly what the settlers want. The majority of the settlers in Hebron are from Brooklyn, from the United States. They're not new immigrants, though. They've been here for about 30 years. And so we've got a second generation also who are Israeli-born. Kahane was from Brooklyn. He was assassinated, and his son carried on after him, and he also was killed. So these people are willing to be martyrs for their cause.
We are putting 400 settlers in the heart of the city of Hebron, and they are, destroying the life of more than 55,000 people living in the old city of Hebron. They teach their children how to hate the Arabs, even the whole Arabs, not only the Palestinians, and they are raising their children in some places surrounded with barbed wires. What kind of children you are raising surrounded with barbed wires and in an environment that all of these people hate you because you are occupying their land and you are living in a house which does not belong to you?